Good day, I'm back. We're starting off this video with mail call. I'm gonna blame Jess at Roots and Refuge for this one. She did her big seed haul, one of many. But this one was Urban Farmer is what she had placed a lot of these seed orders from. So I was like, all right, let me check it out. I know there's some seeds I wouldn't mind procuring. And you know what? Just this morning I was like, wait a minute, I forgot a seed. Dang it! So, next time, I guess it won't hurt to wait for the summer sales to happen. Not too long from now. All right. So, what did we get? What did we get? First off, I've been hearing semi-good things. All good things. So I got a pound, it says a pound of foraged chicory. So I'm going to be broadcasting this somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know if it's a shady type plant or full sun or wet. So we'll figure that out later. And most of these I might not plant till next year. We shall see. All right, there's flowers and herbs and a few vegetables. Yeah. What's this one? Okay. So, I like to put things in some order. Let me just get the flowers together, more or less. All right, let's start with the veg. Just a few. Start with the husk cherry. I have not Aunt Molly's. Whose aunt is it? What's it called? Ground cherry. Is it Aunt Molly's ground cherry? That's what I normally plant. And now I don't know why my voice decided to fail on me. But this is called Little Lantern Husk Cherry. And I just want to see if it's any different. Like, they all have these names, and I don't know, they're probably all the same, right? Next is called the Devil's Tongue Pepper, which has a pretty high Scoville from what I recall. Not very informative packet information-wise. Can I get this to focus? Why won't it focus? I don't know why this won't focus. I want it. That's so annoying. Sorry. Anyway, it's got a growing guide for most of these, but most of these are not what I have. So pepper obviously not going to be grown until next year. The house cherry I might try this year. I have time for that. And last is the Alice's Dream tomato. I've heard a lot of good things about it from different people, so I was like, all right, it's enough. There's enough, consensus that it was something I should try. So I will. It looks like a good number of seeds there. Next is herbs, I guess. Obviously wild thyme. I don't know why I got this. I think the flowers, because I wanted it to be like a rock border type thing. I think that's why I got more of that. And then the burdock is an important medicinal. So that's why. And then this is called Mina citronella. I think this is more of a true citronella versus the scented geranium that I already own. So I'm going to see how that goes. And now the flowers. Lisianthus. Finally, I have seeds for it. I've been telling you guys and myself, I'm going to plant Lisianthus, and then I never have seeds for it. So it's squishy. So they package Lisianthus seeds a little bit differently than most. Or it's just these people. It's in a squishy, foamy thing. Those are tiny seeds, and then it's got in a little baggie. I don't know why we needed this foamy part for, but there's that. So Lisianthus, Delphinium. I tried this last year, I think, and prior years, and always failed. So I think this is something that's going to have to be stratified. So this won't be till next year. I don't remember what the sightseeing Veronica is, but it's got to be pretty. Why else would I bought it? Now, what's this called? I don't know why I keep showing you. There's nothing to see. Dusty Miller, Silver Dusty Miller. I bought this as plants. Was it last year? And the year, I think I bought them twice, 2 years in a row at the plant sale. And they do great for a little while, and then they get eaten one after the other. So this year I'm going to just try seeds myself. But I think this is another one that needs to be waited till next year. So I might be buying some this year. We'll see. And then last is the Joe Pye weed, which I tried to buy as a plant, but it died. So I'm going to try it from seeds. And yet again, something that might not be till next year. So that is that for the seed haul, mini seed haul. And now on to regularly scheduled programming of potting and planting out and all the good stuff. All right, I'll see you in a second. So more of the same as yesterday. I'm already on my second tray. I mean, one tray of started plants, filling up 2 trays of transplanted. So these are the cow pots that I am trialing this year. And I also have an affiliate link. So if you want something sustainable, degradable, not sustainable. Is that sustainable? Yeah, it's sustainable. Degradable. Look it up. It's in my description. I think it's brilliant. And it will have its pitfalls like everything else. Nothing's perfect. But, you know, as the season progresses, and mostly, well, my main takeaway is that I'm not going to start seedlings in these. I'm going to continue to start them in my plastic containers. A, because of the moisture retention. B, because it is a degrading product. It doesn't take long. I think they say it's 3 months that it takes for it to decompose. But that's when it's in the soil, you know, with the microbes going in it. But even in your grow room, it's wet, it's dry, it's wet, it's dry. It's going to start to go. And also you're then going to get, if you don't have the good airflow, or you're packing them in too tightly, you're going to get the mold and the algae if you have compost in your starter mix. You're gonna develop issues. Not necessarily bad, but it's gonna be an extra thing that you would have to concern yourself with. So I would just use these as transplant potting options. So if I start my tomatoes in early, let's say, I started in like mid-March, I should start them a little bit later. But like for my case, I'm selling these, so I'm going to sell them in these pots because they're only going to be here for another week in my possession, and then they can go straight into the soil and they'll decompose within that 3-month period. If I had something that didn't like root disturbance, then I would wait for those summer-loving plants, the heat-loving plants, like beans, cucumbers, zucchini. Then I would, if I'm starting those, whether here late April or May, some point in May, then I could start them in these and just transplant the whole thing into the garden. So I'm very excited with the possibilities. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, I still have some playing to do. The 3-inch ones, which, here we go, are good for when, they're still small, obviously. And it's good, but for my purposes with these giant tomatoes now, they would not. So these 4 inches have been perfect. So we'll see. I'll keep reporting how I find these as the season continues. It took 3 hours of solid work, but it's finally done. Well, not done. There's still like 2 trays that need potting up. Like some of these I'm still, no, now there's 3. I forgot about this one. There's still some trays that need potting up. So it's not quite done yet. But the sun has more or less moved out of the way. It's a little bit overcast actually, which is perfect because now I can tackle the onions in the green stalk. Yay! We're gonna start off in this green stalk with the red Weathersfield. So I decided to do two per, oh, what is this called? Container. So we're quite root bound at this point, which is expected. And luckily onions are forgiving. Now this part's a challenge. I need a container to get the soil that's going to be falling out. Alright, I got one. So I haven't decided which camp I'm in, whether it's to trim the greens or not. I'm more on the not, because I feel like the plant needs all the greens photosynthesizing, and if I trim them off, then now the plant is concentrating on producing more green, which you would then argue that the more greens, the more layers. So I know a lot of people are in the camp of trimming. So maybe, just maybe, not just maybe, we'll do half and half. How about that? I'll plant all these. Should center them better. And I'll trim half and I'll leave half alone. And we'll see if there's any real difference. So you don't bury these deep at all. We all should know that. Just barely covering the roots. And then I have here a mix of chicken yard compost, whether it's soil and manure or pieces of straw. All, it's been sifted thoroughly by the chickens. And now I sifted it and added blood meal to it. So I'm going to surface dress all of these containers. And that should help it grow. Alright, I'll finish this up and get back to you later. It is done. The red Weathersfield, the Walla Walla, the Ailsa Craig, and then this one's a combo of the red and the Walla Walla with one pocket empty. So we'll put something else in there. I just have to water a little bit. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'm not gonna go crazy. Plus the pockets are moist, so I'm not too worried about that. As far as the trimming, let me do that. Alright, so I'm gonna do every other pocket trimmed, so that it's not all like one side is trimmed and also one side is not. So they get equal opportunity, I think, more so. So here's the first, which is going to be untrimmed. That's where the marker label is. Then we're going to take every other down to 4 inches. Boop. Boop. Oh, forgot this one. Okay, that stays. This one's already still tiny, so I'll leave that alone for now. I'll try to pick those up and eat them. And then, let's see, the other way. So trimmed, untrimmed, trimmed, untrimmed, trimmed. Oops. Alright, I'll do the other ones after. There's something to add to tonight's dinner. So I did every other trimmed. Well, the day is getting to the end here. It's gotten cloudy and chilly again. And the kids are going to be home soon, so I'm not going to be able to get like a majority of things done in a consecutive order. So if I get out back here, I'm sure I will because I really want to. I'll try to get some footage, but otherwise I will sign off at some point and end the video. But this has been awesome day. Like I said, tomorrow it might be raining in the morning mainly, and then I'll have a little bit of afternoon time to continue with the plantings, so that would be awesome. Rain is welcome at any point. All right, I'll talk to you in a little bit. So of course I had grand ambitions of planting out, but reality sets in, and here we are weeding instead. So I was thinking of putting like the fennel again here, and what else? The giant celery and a parsley. But first, I gotta clear up all this mess. At least it smells good here. There's some stuff that overwintered, oregano, and there's yarrow that I'm sitting on probably. What else? Oh, the other alternative was to plant brassicas, but that would have required me to figure out the netting situation, and that was even more daunting to think about. So we're settling on this in between trying to make dinner. So I'll do a little bit of weeding here. I don't know if I'll get to planting today. Probably not. Hopefully tomorrow will be more productive for this. Well, it took a minute, but not nearly as long as I thought it would. I had time to weed a little bit there and mostly this space, and then I was also able to find the time to plant some stuff. Yay! I got my dill, 2. This is a parsley. I got my celeriac. There's 2 in each. I'm gonna thin those once they get established to see who's the strongest. And then 4 fennel. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fennel. This is yarrow, so this usually gets huge and overshadows things. So hopefully I left enough, space so that it won't overshadow these guys very much. The sun is from like south. South is that way, so they won't get blocked by shade or anything. It's just the foliage that I usually need to control when the yarrow comes in. But I'm so happy I got that done. Yay! Another thing I'm really loving is the sifter, because I was able to like pull weeds, put it in the sifter, like shake off the excess soil, and then put it in, a bucket so I can do something else with it later, maybe like a compost bin or something. But I'm loving this thing so much now. Anyway, I really gotta get back inside and stay inside, get the dinner done, and then tomorrow's another day. Hopefully my body is not gonna complain too much, and I'll still have time for tomorrow. Well, like I said, tomorrow might be raining, so the morning's gonna be easy peasy. I'll like edit videos and stuff, and then hopefully get back to it in the afternoon, get the stinking insect netting up or something, which is the main thing I need to do if I want to plant brassicas out. And then we're off to the races. Woohoo! So excited! All right, I'll talk to you all again soon. Thanks for watching. So I'll harvest more. Bye!